What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Here we are at about 1.866 cents right now, up about 5% on the day, and it's looking like we are absolved, maybe, just maybe, we're saved from going lower than this low here, and that's phenomenal. That's fine with me. Yesterday, we were talking about the idea of going down to about 1.4 cents, somewhere around there. It's still possible. It could happen. But this reaction off the 382, this is exactly what you want to see, right? No volumes coming through. And that's okay. We don't need necessarily volume to come on the way up, right? The reason why volume on the way down is essential if you're breaking out of this is that you're breaking out of this consolidation phase, right? You're breaking out of the consolidation phase. If you're coming down, you want it to be legitimate and continue to go. You need volume, but we didn't have that. We didn't have any volume pushing this thing down. So below average volume on a significant move or a semi-significant move, that oftentimes would make sense that you're not going to continue that move and that you will reverse it, right? Here, we're moving up. We don't have volume still, nothing that's above average, and that's fine. We don't need above average volume here because we're still in this consolidation phase, right? Moving down, we are in this consolidation phase to move down. Moving up, we're still in this consolidation phase. So we can move up without volume, but as we break out above this, that's when you want to see that volume come in a little bit more consistently. We don't need anything crazy, but we just need something a little bit more than what we've seen recently. We need it to build is really what we need it to do. So we're not at the point yet where volume's necessarily a concern, but even if it were a concern, we look at XCN here, XCN, 120 million on a $621 million market cap. That's good volume, guys. That's pretty damn good volume. Definitely in these boring times, still getting good volume. I love to see that. I think we're getting set up for the next launch. Okay, this is our launch pad right here, and we're getting ready for the next launch with strong moves. If you know nothing about Fibonacci analysis at all, you've never used the fibs, let me educate you real quick, right? And some people, not a financial advisor, I'm going to take a second to do this. Some people have asked about my fib settings. I'll go over that real quick, okay? From a low to a high, when you see a strong move, very simple, strong move. It's clearly a strong move. Was this a strong move? No, not really. No, that's not a strong move, right? Was this a strong move down? No, not really. It took time. It took a lot of time. Strong move overall, sure. I mean, it moved down a lot, but it took a lot of time. In comparison to this move, no, that's not strong. That was weak compared to this. This was strong, right? You had a hard time getting oversold. You had no problem getting overbought and deep in the overbought. So anyways, I digress. What I'm trying to say here is in a strong move, you look to find support at the 382. Simple. No more complicated than that. Strong move, you look to find support at the 382. Now, my fib settings, because people have asked, you double-click the fibs here, or you can click it and then click the settings bar down here, wherever your bar might be. I'm going to move that back because I don't want it out in the middle of the screen. I'm going to move mine down here where it's out of the way. I like to double-click it because I don't like to waste time, although I am wasting time by talking a lot right now. These are all my fibs. They're not perfect, right? You can mess with them yourself. I don't use all of them. There's some of these like larger fibs out here that I don't really use. They're just there for kind of novel effects if we see them ever. I take the background. You see how it's like you can't see it. It's rather opaque. As you bring it down here, you make them lines. That's nice, right? I also put fib levels based on log scale. So that's my fib settings there, okay? And then, of course, you got to have it in log. That's really it, right? So for anybody that wants to do that, there you go. If we're looking at this here, bouncing off the 382 is a good area to bounce from. If you're using the fibs and it's not in log, you won't be at the 382 right here. But then growing from here is the expectation, right? We've got a bull flag set up here, bouncing off the 382, which would ideally promote continuation off of this move. Continuation in this respect, bull flag or not, it's got to look good, right? Continuation of a move that started off like this, it's gonna be good. So bull flag or not, we're looking for higher prices. But if this is a bull flag, and I think that it is a bull flag, the measure move that we have from the bottom to the top of the flagpole here, the measure move, and that's how you measure it, right? You take the flagpole, you measure it, you put that at the base of the flag. That gives us a price of about 5.6 cents, my friends. 5.6 cents is the next target area. What about the 20-cent targets, C-Zar? What about the 30-cent targets? Those are still there, right? This is the next target, like by the end of April. Probably by the end of April, if not early May, but I think by the end of this month, guys, we're going to see new relative high prices. I think so. I really do. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy. We're going to get a monthly close that's above these monthly closes. That's my theory at this point in time. I wasn't expecting that, but man, after we pieced together that this is a bull flag, I mean, you've got a bull flag within a bull flag. It's rather poetic, and I think that we're going to see this Cinderella story come to light here. Looking at it, at 1.86 cents right now. Very much believe that we have higher prices in mind. Bull flag measure moves are not prophecies. It's not a guarantee. We could fall short of it. Why might we fall short of the measure move? Well, we have prior areas of resistance back here. From a relative high to low, taking out the bull flag measure move entirely, just getting rid of this and just looking at it from a fib perspective, it's actually very common. Hold on, guys. It's very, very common. Let's see if I can get this. I can't get, I'm just going to move it. Man, I hate this thing. Okay, whatever. We're going to leave the white line there. It's very common in this kind of scenario with the fibs to stop at the 786 to 886 area right there, okay? So that would be shorter than the measure move to the bull flag, right, which is up here. So you can fall short of these measure moves. Don't get your feelings hurt. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. OnyxCoin is not broken if it only moves to 3.3 cents or 4 cents. It's not broken if it can't get above 4 cents. It's fine, okay? And it's not on a straight moon mission to $1,000 if it gets above 5.6 cents, right? Sometimes you go above it, sometimes you go below the measure move, okay? So sometimes that happens. So don't get your feelings hurt if it doesn't happen. But if we're sticking with the measure move idea, it kind of doesn't make sense from a fib perspective, because what we're effectively calling for is that you'll break out of your 886, which it's not common in this scenario, rejecting your golden ratio, finding support down here, and then ripping up above your 100 level, getting above your 886. It's not common. I'm going to delete all these lines. I'm just tired of it. It's hard to get them all. There we go. High to low. It's very uncommon to do this, but it happens. Even it's also very uncommon, I would say, to stop whenever you find resistance, to stop between the 100 and the 1272. It's very uncommon to do that as well, but that is the measure move. There's a reason to believe that that happens, you know, not based on the fibs, but based on the price action. We take a relative high to a relative low here. Your fibs, your 2272 is right here, and with the 2272, oftentimes you do go just above that. If you're at 5.2 cents for this 2272, what's just above that? That's about 5.6 cents. So we can make sense out of it on this fib at least, right? It's a smaller fib, it's a less significant fib, but just because this fib is more significant doesn't mean weird things can't happen. Maybe you wick up here and then you come down and you close and you find some support down in this area. It's crazy. It's insanely bullish circumstances that promote this kind of growth based off of this fib here, but to be fair, we're in pretty damn bullish circumstances, aren't we? We've got a lot of aggression to take out to the upside, man. We've been good little bulls for quite a while. We've let the bears have their fun, but this bull flag means business, man. And we are breaking out of it. We're going to see some phenomenal growth as a result. What else do I want to say here? Oh, by the way, on the notion of this being a bull flag, right? I haven't completed the thought, but we broke out of this bull flag, right? We broke out of it back here. So the low of the flag is actually not even here. This is not part of the bull flag anymore. The bull flag, right? Let me explain my thought behind this, right? I've said this a couple times, but we haven't said it because we're getting away from this line, so it's less relevant, right? We already broke out of the bull flag. Who cares, C-Zar? But if you look at the bull flag, right, I want to offer this perspective. If you're bearish, if you're a hater, if you're someone that wants to see OnyxCoin drop, if the price were to close below this level, you would be celebrating, right? We broke out of the bull flag to the downside. The bull flag is busted, right? That would make sense. I don't think anyone would argue that, right? The bulls who want to see this thing grow, you'd be a little bit devastated. I would be crushed. We closed below the bull flag. We busted the pattern. What is this? This sucks, guys. This is not a good thing, but we didn't do that. So what did we do instead? We closed above the line here. We broke out of the bull flag already back here. This is the breakout move, but the bull flag breakout happened here. Therefore, these lows are actually not, in my opinion, if we're being technical, and this is technical analysis, they should not be included in the overall measure move of this bull flag, okay? From a low to a high, we should not measure from this low. Does that make sense? We should measure from this low. And that low, our measurement of this overall bull flag actually takes us to 22 cents, which gives me a lot of hope, because if we take it from the low, this measure move takes us to about 15 cents, and that's fine. Maybe we do stop at 15 cents, but then you're not actually measuring the bull flag, are you? You're measuring from the low, which that's technically not how you do it. You measure from the low of the flag itself. And we didn't bust the pattern. We broke out and we hugged it down, but this is no longer part of the flag. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? So being technical analysis, I'm not cherry picking. I'm being very technical here. 22 cents is the minimum target based off of this larger bull flag. And we know that we're probably not going to stop there. We know that we're likely going to go to 27 cents, 26 cents, somewhere in that area, but at least above 20 cents. That's the expectation, okay? I forget where I was going with this, but there was something with the bull flag and the bull flag there. I can't remember. but I'm basically at the end of my rope anyways, man. Weekly RSI looks good. Getting overbought, not getting oversold. Lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price. Bullish as hell. Relative low here to your relative high here. Finding support right at the 0.5, tipping the 0.5 as support. Beautiful, beautiful. And you've been doing this all cycle in crypto. We've been finding significance at the 0.5. So let's see if we can find one right here from a relative low to relative high. That's the golden ratio in all fairness. You did tip the 0.5 the week before and the week after in all honesty, but the golden ratio is where you found support there. From a relative low here to a relative high there. Golden ratio again. So not the 0.5 for XCN apparently, but for a lot of cryptos we have been finding significance on the 0.5 in all honesty. Hey, there you go. Support right there, resistance right there on the 0.5. But it happens, and we found it there. Oftentimes you don't find significance on the 0.5, but when you do, you get significant results, and I would say this is a significant result. At this point, I'm just talking to you guys. I'm very excited for the price. I think that we are going to continue upwards, and not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but the downside scare, it's kind of going away. And even if it's still there, man, it shouldn't scare you, right? Like this should not scare you. This should not scare you. It's fine. Go down, OnyxCoin. Do it. We'll buy more. We'll buy more. That's fine. And all that would do at that point is it would change the measurement, the target area of this coming bull flag here, right? From that low to the high there. If we were to go down to like 1.4 cents, you know, instead of 5.6 cents being the measurement, it's 4.6 cents, right? And that's still fine. I don't think anybody would have a hard time with that at all. If we're looking at the current price, though, I think this bull flag, we're still in it. We're still very much in it, right? Maybe it's more like this, whatever. I didn't mean to slope it down. If we break out to the downside and we bust this pattern, that's fine. It can happen, but I don't think that we will. And just because, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but even if we do bust out of this to the downside, that still sets us up for a higher low. That still sets us up for some growth to come. We don't need a bull flag to move higher, but if we have this bull flag, if we do, and we perform based on it, we're going to go to 5.6 cents, you know, or thereabouts. So I'm rambling at this point. I got nothing else to say. Hit the like button, you guys. Daily RSI looks killer. I love that. I love that bounce right there in the 60 to 65 area. That's beautiful. If we can get today to close green, if we can close higher, that's awesome. And actually, right before I go, let's do one more thing here. If you can close a day above 2 cents, 2.018 cents, let's say 2.1 cents, just to make it easy on our brains. 2.1 cents, close above there today or tomorrow on any given day, and you'll validate whatever the low is as the low. If we go lower than this, we come back up, 2.018 cents, it's the same target. Close above there, we validate this as a low from the relative high. We validate the notion that we are, in fact, going higher. We're on our way to higher prices. Okay, so that's the area to watch. I've got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'm done for real this time. Bye.